Hello artists, welcome back. So here are the 3 brand new watercolor confections from Prima Marketing that just came out this month, and from left to right here is Woodlands, Complexion, and Essence. And this is just going to be an overview and first impressions kind of video, and then in separate videos I'll give you a more individualized experience that I had with them. But I'm super excited to get my hands on them, and these are absolutely gorgeous palettes for the new year, which I'll get to in just a moment. So I'd actually recorded myself in front of this awesome new backdrop I got reviewing these palettes and was going to do a split screen video while swatching out the colors, but apparently the first time I hadn't turned off the time lapse at all, as you can see here, and then the second attempt somehow it just didn't get recorded. So I took that as a sign to just stay behind the camera this time, but I'm hoping to switch things up a little bit for you guys, make things a little bit interesting. So getting back to the point, right away I noticed with these new palettes, the swatch card that comes with them is an absorbent kind of paper, whereas before their swatch cards were a little bit more slick. The surface was more like Yupo paper. However, I prefer their new absorbent paper. It feels a bit like hot press paper. So Essence I fell right in love with, and you can really appreciate its beauty once these colors are swatched out. But at first I wasn't quite understanding what the whole theme really meant by the term essence, quote unquote, and the colors the company had chosen. But then it hit me. It's spring. It's opening your windows and letting the fresh air in. It's like the first crop of spring flowers that pops up, and the colors are kind of frisky but earthy. There's a mix of brights and earth tones here. I don't know. I personally think of fresh air and wind chimes when I see this palette. Some of my personal favorites are Adore, which is this beautiful violet burgundy. You'll see here on the top left in just a moment, and you've got some earth tones, literally titled Earth and Namaste and Awake. There's Adore. Check out how gorgeous this is with just a little bit more pigment. It's so gorgeous. And Emotion, which I was working on right here, is a beautiful soft pastel blue, but it wasn't chalky. Eternity is this really perfect spring green tint, and it's somewhat transparent, and oh my god, I'm in love. I'm in love with this color creation. It is this beautiful cobalt violet blue that reminds me of those purple and yellow irises called Dutch irises. Oh my god, I'm in love. Okay, I gotta calm down. So I'm also very smitten with the rest of this palette, actually, especially Nirvana, which you'll see here in just a second. It's this interesting shade of green. And Eternity is a lovely shade of somewhat muted cyan teal here, which you'll see, which I'm always in love with teal and turquoise, so I'm a little biased. And so now that I've finished swatching out the palette, I'll let you just soak it in for just a moment until we move on. Complexion. Complexion. Obviously this palette is made with the intent for portraiture work. No, look how cute they all look with all their packaging on. I'm about to destroy that though. See? The magic of editing. So this palette, which at first appears to favor the more warm skin tones, it actually kind of has a mixture of warm and cool if you study it just a little bit more. But so the first top left shade you'll see is just a straight black shade, and it's actually just called black, but it really works as a wonderful neutral tint, so you can darken any of these shades and mute them if you need to in your portrait work, if you need cool shadows or mid to dark shadow range that you often see in dramatic lighting. The gold does have a hint of shimmer, which is really fun for highlighting in cheekbones. I do want to note that there are a few repeats in this particular palette. Note that Lemonade there, second to the right, that is the same shade from the Pastel Dreams palette, so if you do have that palette, just keep that in mind whenever you're purchasing this. Unite, which you'll see here in just a moment, is also included in the previous palette set Essence, which you just saw. Bear, which is number 91, it's second to the left on the second row, is in the Woodlands palette, which you'll see later. I know this is a bit confusing, and I apologize that I could have better illustrated this in my recording that failed, but I wanted to give you all a heads up. So I'm not a fan of the fact that there are repeats in this palette, but it's still a gorgeous and well-rounded palette for complexions. So that's one drawback that I have for it. Otherwise, it's wonderful. So the colors Bear and Unite actually have some cooler undertones, and Tiki, Namaste, Cavern are all obviously warm-toned. There are a few neutrals here like Chant and Coconut as well, so you have the warm, you have the cool, and you have the neutral here. So you also have that black that will actually tone it down just a little bit, as I said before, so I'll let you just take this in. Oh, Woodlands. I really do favor this palette out of all 3 of them, and it's hard to choose a favorite though. If I had to, it would be this one. The shades are just so rich and vibrant at the same time without being so overbearingly bright. It's obviously intended for landscapes, which I don't often do, but the vibes that I get off of it are just, it's summer and fall camping, it's evergreen trees and mountains, it's RVs and wildlife and open air and hiking and fishing, and you get the idea. I mean, look at these gorgeous colors. Look at stream and pond. Right away would look great as a lovely lake on a warm summer day. Oh man, I'm in love with Foxberry. It's just this beautiful deep red shade, just so gorgeous. I just noticed that Cavern is also in the Complexion palette, so there you have it. Lovely people of all genders. Cavern is repeat number 4. Shadow is a lovely, lovely neutral tint there. Obviously, as the name says, it's used for shadows. And you've got deep moss and redwood for your gorgeous greenery and for whatever you intend to paint. Daylight is a fantastic yellow for capturing sunshine through the hair, just FYI, and I'm sure you can utilize it to your liking. So Mist is another muted turquoise shade that I absolutely fell in love with, and I made a boo-boo here. I was really not very happy about that. So here in just a moment you'll see Bear, which is probably my favorite brown if there ever was a favorite brown of mine. There we go. So I just wanted you to take a look at this real quick. I can actually see a lot of beautiful wildlife paintings coming from a palette like this, and probably all of the palettes. I see lots of bears and foxes and deer. I mean, it's just a gorgeous palette collection altogether. Soak it in. I did get a chance to sketch with these, but it's not finished. So head on over to my Instagram to take a peek at instagram.com/artistjaneb. You know, what I really, really adore about these palettes is that not only are they specific to their nature, but also they take the guesswork out for beginners and sometimes intermediate watercolor artists. So that's a wrap. Let me know in the comments section which palette was your personal favorite. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I'll see you later, artists. Keep creating.